I'm Ray.
I'm Candace.
Welcome to Unpacking Coffee. This week,
Onyx Coffee Lab from Arkansas.
we were founded in 2012, roasted in the Ozarks.
Jon and Andrea, couple, they're known for not only their phenomenal coffee, but also just this kind of radical transparency, just like a ton of side projects.
So we sent our questions to Jon at Source. Unfortunately, there was some political unrest in Ethiopia, and so he had to send back some videos on his cell phone. So while we are visiting Source, it's a little bit constrained.
We are in Addis, Ethiopia. My name is Jon Allen. I'm the founder of Onyx Coffee Lab out of Northwest Arkansas. I would say the best part about being an owner-driven business that we don't really have to answer to anyone. So while I'm here, Kenyan coffee is extremely expensive this year, and we can immediately pull the trigger on really nice coffees without budgetary constraints or going through channels. And that allows us, in my opinion, to get, really some of the best coffees in the world. Because it's my wife and I, it means that we have to have clear lines of delineation. We live and breathe Onyx. Myself, I am the coffee buying and the quality control, and then I do some design and conceptual. Oh shoot, look how handsome Dale is. He's so good. He's got such a loud slurp.
Oh, really?
That's how you know the coffee's good.
Thank you.
And Andrea is all the operation. Essentially, she makes the company run well. She's the one I answer to when I spend all our money on green coffee. We get to try to hire people that are better than us at their jobs. Our branding and our logo design really came from sort of an old style of tattoo art and a little bit of punk rock. Our branding does change a lot. And I think, honestly, our company changes a lot. As we grow, we're a company made of new individuals that become part of our culture and take on the culture and then make it their own. As a company, we want to adapt not only to just us as owners, but to everyone that's involved. So we work with an artist named Jeremy Teff. Works for a company called Black Box Labs. Is still our main designer and is a close friend of ours. We've also started encompassing our work from our own staff, so that it's as if since we want it to be about the coffee and we want the coffee to really speak, even though we really like branding, we don't have to commit to some sort of recognition or equitable mark. We just want to let the coffee speak itself. This thing right here is about 90% of sourcing. Yeah. Sitting in a car with someone that's cooler than you. So right now we are sourcing all throughout East Africa. Do a crazy amount of coffee here. So I'm here cupping at Matad's headquarters, which runs the Hambella Estate coffee and the Buku micro lot that we release. The real idea about becoming fully transparent really came out of more frustrations on my part when I was learning to buy coffee. Just there was no one we could talk to for any information on what the pricing structure should be like, what was paid before, is there a correlation of price to what this coffee is scoring? Does the producer know actually what's being paid? And all these things. Out of the frustrations came an idea just to start to begin to publish all that information, not only for our own customers' information, but also as a reference guide to other producers that work with us. So the other reason for the transparency is also that we are very proud of the coffees that we're bringing in, and not just what they mean to us or what they cup, but what we pay for them, the people we work. There's a lot of great people in the field of exporting and importing, and we want to give credit where credit's due, and also these people become our friends and our family. And so if we buy this coffee here from Humbela today and we start to work out the contracts, then Matad might export it, and Royal Coffee might bring it in for us into the States. And all those companies should be represented on that lot. So Terroir was really a side project that was sort of born out of traveling around Central America. And in 2016, I really began to notice how many producers were pulling out their coffee trees at lower elevations on their farm or the mountains due to either diversifying their crops or climate change. They were no longer able to grow a specialty at those lower altitudes. One was just wanting to work with these producers on all their different agricultural products, and to kind of figure out a way that we could do that and actually succeed with it to create some kind of sustainable revenue. And the other is really more of a sensory exploration of, do these different products that, we sort of relate to each other, especially cacao and coffee and sugarcane maybe, would the same, organic acids and these sensory components come through in the final product to create these really powerful, chocolate bars. The artwork around Terroir is mainly about complexity. And so, Zane took this kind of mystical Illuminati feel and really did just the most amazing geometric line work, and we were all really, really excited about it. I think the word that kept popping up throughout the entire project was just complexity. Flavor, visually, a complex market, and trying to actually get the product made. Complexity has been the story from the beginning for Terroir chocolate, and I think will probably always be that way.
We spoke a little about the packaging. They fill it with design, and they keep the colors black and white with just like kind of gold or yellow accents. The packaging is just really fun. There's a lot of layers to it. There's these cool skulls. Onyx Coffee Lab of Arkansas